Oh, hello guys. I'm back in the system. Welcome to episode number 3 this week, guys, of Robocop Rogue City. Um, Now you guys are wondering, how long has it been since I haven't live streamed on Thursdays? Well, basically, guys, if you think about it, I mean, it's not about anything that's drawn to our attention, or using guys the space that we use. So basically, the last time you guys did get an episode of Robocop Rogue City, it's only been like a couple weeks. I don't think it's actually been that long. Or wanting to take an opportunity to do anything else that goes to our attention. Guys, more irrelevant, having an element of surprise and whatnot. Since you guys recall the last time we live streamed, it was exactly this past Sunday. So, I don't think a lot of us would toot our own horn. Let's see how you guys are doing, and make sure there's no replacements or being able to lose that. Make sure it's more realistic and much more, normal. Good morning, Summer Rain. Mega love shout out. How are you? Thank you for joining us today and keeping ourselves in hand. But everything else would be exercised. But everything else, guys, was, there. But on the guys, let me tell you guys what I've been doing, or what I've been up to. So honestly, guys, since I don't usually live stream on Wednesday, since I haven't live streamed on Thursdays in a while, I mean, if you think about it for a second, it's all about keeping everything else dialed in. Just to see what I've been up to, what you guys are doing, and like I said, we haven't live streamed ever since Sunday. I actually did go to work. When I was doing 9 to 2 this past Monday, and making sure everything else is in the program, making sure it's good to go. Just keep everybody else staying active, and not to have any problems or distress, guys. Just keep everybody else on the same page. But today's date, guys, since we're at the start of the first week of June, for your king, guys, and your luckiest man. Today, guys, it is June 5th. That's right, guys, today is 6/5. I mean, guys, today is June 5th of the final month of the second quarter. June 5th today, guys, 2025. No, I don't think a lot of us would possibly forget, because usually I don't live stream on Thursdays as much as I used to. Good morning, Lon Loves Daisy, make a love shout out. Lon Loves Daisy, a bit long. It would be like next style Lon Loves, to be honest. So, other than that, guys, I had plenty of time with my true love during the time this week, and basically we actually did tackle Chronic and Lessons this past Sunday, and I was going to tell you guys how the movie was going to be. So normally, it pretty much does take anybody else in between. But everything else, guys, from, guys, just to get through today, Karate Kid Lessons overall, let's honestly say, guys, the movie overall was a little extra good. Since you guys recall, you talk about two movies that separates a little bit, or to keep everything else reachable during that time. Guys, with everything else being exactly where it is, and how the movie really is otherwise, for example. So, if you guys remember, the very first Karate Kid, I know a lot of you guys know, pretty much our histories of who was in first, and who teamed up when people were in trouble, back in the day. And pretty much our fan base here today. If you think about it, you look at, well, for the most part, guys, Ralph Macchio was exactly the first one. Guys with Paprika, which may God have this mercy on this brother's soul. Nobody else, guys, would be better than the sensei that he was and who he is. But I always do miss the man, guys. Not just me, but also my true love as well. So, So basically, guys, between both Ralph Macchio, guys, since you guys understand, he's actually like 63 in total. But to keep everything else under control and much more relived, guys, with views and beliefs, bring a lot of histories with, between Mr. Han, what do you call it, guys, Jackie Chan. Guys, if you think about it, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, and it's exactly the very, very first time they've actually teamed up with each other. Like I said, you're talking about Karate Kid back in 1984. That's my two loves been an 80s person. And then you had the two sequels, guys, between part 2 and part 3. Just to really relive the histories, remember everything people were taught, and just to keep everybody else on the same page. Involving Cobra Kai. And then you had Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and Zane Smith. So separating those movies, guys, for 3 generations. You're talking about Karate Kid, the very first Karate Kid, guys, back in you guys remember the year. The very first Karate Kid, when it actually came with two parts. The first one, guys, came out back in 1984. So it's back in 84, guys, during the year. And it took about 26 years just to get to 2010 with Jackie Chan and Zane Smith. And, so with everything else according to plan, everything else was not exactly bad, But basically, guys, it took about over 40 plus years ever since Karate Kid was out. And then you talk about over 25 plus years later. Alright, guys, think about it. 1984 for the Karate Kid, and then 2010 with Karate Kid with that upcoming. So you look at 40, and then 15 years after that. So, but other than, guys, Karate Kid Legends, in my opinion, for your king and your luckiest man, the movie overall was nearly good. But what was funny, I'll tell you guys what was funny in just a minute. Before we get to anything else, guys, since it's actually the first time I have a live stream on Thursday mornings for Robocop, I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, beautiful, exciting, thrilling, heroic, 100% beautiful. Before we get to anything else, guys, people from KB, make a love shout out on a Thursday morning to you guys, from me to you guys here today, to see where you're at, where your state and city is. Make a love shout out to you guys today on this June 5th, this month of June 2025, just to have something remarkable. And yes, guys, I repeat, heroic. But I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning with our biggest, strongest, beautiful, exciting, epic, 100% talented, beautiful, strongest, talented, amazing, awesome, strongest and awesome power, guys, of our community. As far as our mods total goes, I do have to repeat really fast. We are at 626, right where we should be for now. We are always filled, guys, with popularity. Absolutely, guys. We are always filled with popularity, guys, entertainment, and energy. Have a lot of socialization, do what we can for one another. We don't want to cause distress or anything else going in between. An important lesson to keep in mind. But yeah, guys, I repeat, thank you guys for like I said, guys, thank you guys for joining me this morning. After a Thursday, after a couple weeks. So we have our YouTube accounts, our Pleasure, our social media. Make sure everybody else is not alarming. I don't think there's anything we can squeeze over here yet. Since we've actually been doing something with footprints. You guys have any ideas how we're gonna be able to maybe get something going? Maybe get a little sidetracked? I'm pretty sure there might be something. Hold on. Wonder if I want to try to throw something. But other guys, I repeat, guys, thank you guys for joining me this morning. Like I said, we have our social media. Making sure we have different ideas, maybe a little gigs in between. And the glass on the ceiling. Yeah, guys, making sure we have something straight up. We can say we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, and yes, guys, just deserves, just deserves, by sending in and delivering, and do what we can, one step at a time. Well, remember, guys, we have our social media, our YouTube accounts, and our socialization. And yes, guys, for your first place winner, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. Now, come to think of it, guys, when we get back to Karate Kid, let's get back to Karate Kid Legends for a minute, guys. You know, guys, just to really have something to hype and also relive the years and years between the movies. Now, I want to say, guys, my true love did cry on one or two parts when her and I did check it out this past Sunday. All I'm gonna say is, guys, Karate Kid Legends was almost absolute good in my opinion. I just told her I would give it. I was just scared the movie Karate Kid Legends, guys. Like I'm telling you guys, most importantly, I would only give it an 8 out of 10 out of the best. And my true love, I mean, she knows her movies very well, the same as I do. So basically, she actually gave it, well, before reunification, she told me she actually gave it a, honestly, guys, she actually gave it a 10 out of 10. I'm like, oh, wow, that gets something with much more of a pleasure, or much more surroundings. I'm like, guys, let's see what's going on with that. So, I don't know if it's leading towards anything. I mean, one may assume, in my opinion, for your King Guys and your Luckiest Man, for popularity, guys, entertainment, and energy, I don't think we'll get Karate Kid 7 till the next couple years. But it's like, you know, guys, both Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, they've got a lot of history and a lot of bonding, guys, with Mr. Miyagi for a very, very long time. And I do know when Jackie Chan, when he actually reprised his role as Mr. Han, you know, during this movie, during the time, he said that if Mr. Miyagi ever needs a hand, I'll be on the way. So, so it actually is the first ever time, the first ever thing to do, as far as, well, Ralph Macchio, guys, and Jackie Chan teaming up. Now, as far as what the age difference does conclude, and have a lot of inspiration, remember, guys, Ralph Macchio is 63, so he said that there's a few things that are up in the air right now, between our presence and so far today, guys, of what exactly he wants to really, really do. As far as a Cobra Kai movie goes, I mean, I'm just going to voice my only my opinion. You guys can voice anything in the chat further. I don't think we'll get Karate Kid 7 anytime soon. I mean, by the time he does anything, I feel like if he wants to really exercise the demons and do something with that in mind, yeah, honestly, I don't see him doing any Karate Kid movies as of right now. I mean, the funny part about Karate Kid Legends, people were yabbing, or questioning if Johnny Lawrence was going to be in Karate Kid Legends. Now, the only answer I can give you guys is yes. Johnny Lawrence and Ralph Macchio were funny. They were talking a little more about pizza. So, at the end of Karate Kid Legends, guys, don't have any spoiler-free or have anything else of alternate endings. You know, guys, so Daniel's son actually did get, that would be Ralph Macchio, for example. He actually got ordered a pizza coming out of, after him and Mr. Han were helping, you know, and cheering on guys by, so Benoit's character, that'd be Lee, to be honest, as a martial arts, what do you call it, guys, a Karate Kid champion. So basically, he actually got a pizza at the end, and then Johnny Lawrence was spitting out names involving Miyagi-Do as far as pizza is concerned. Now Johnny Lawrence, guys, well, when it comes to him and Ralph Macchio, both of them know each other very, very well. Even though they were damn bullies back then, ever since Karate Kid. But it doesn't change the fact, you see guys, if anything else, I don't see if any, I'm not sure what that's leaning towards now. If they would still want to bring the Karate Kid characters back. Or wanting to have something to really afford. I mean, all I gotta say guys, one may assume, if everything else is according to plan with Ralph Macchio, I mean, it actually is good to see that Jackie Chan, actually not Jackie Chan guys, but it's awesome to see Johnny Lawrence did get it. It's good to see that Johnny, that's the thing, that's the name I was thinking about guys. It's awesome, maybe excellent to see that Johnny Lawrence can get his ass into a cameo with Ralph Macchio. Like I said, both of them go way back guys. I don't think there's any other way than that, trust me. So I'm not saying if the movie would have done a lot better. I mean, in my opinion, the movie itself, ever since Karate Kid was out for, remember guys, ever since Karate Kid was out for the last 40 plus years, it makes you think, as a Christian, my God, I want to see this movie. Or, you know, it just brings a lot of memories involving Mr. Miyagi. And apparently, guys, Jackie Chan as Han wanted to know everything about Mr. Miyagi. What really inspired Daniel, to be honest. But I don't want to go any more further than that. I mean, for those of you that have not seen Karate Kid, you guys can get yourself a copy if you're ordering on Amazon, Walmart, on your phone. And they have all the answers that you guys haven't seen. And don't forget to check out the 6 seasons of Cobra Kai if you have Netflix. Because that's the only platform you can watch it. But yeah guys, like I said guys, the movie overall, I repeat guys, Karate Kid Lessons overall was nearly good. I mean, and just to have one more guys, Karate Kid Lessons was good. That's all I can say. And then I also did tackle another few days at WoW this week. I thought it was supposed to rain today, as far as I know. But I actually did work with Vic. It was us, co-worker inside of WoW, me, and also the other. And we were pretty much doing a good job the way everything else is. So, you know, we discussed a couple things during that meeting. So, so far guys, WoW overall yesterday guys was not too bad. This past Tuesday wasn't exactly painful as much. You know, just to make sure everything else was ending up being, or winding up being. You know, guys, just to really turn the clock and see what time it is, or just to see what's going on as far as planning goes. But you guys don't know. When it's tomorrow, Friday, you guys understand well, for the most part tomorrow, I do go back to Chief tomorrow and Saturday, but it all depends what's going on as far as dinner's concerned between my two love and I. I know she actually wants to do something with me. And wants to do something with dinner or pizza. But honestly guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and quickly calm right out. So the plan for Friday's request on my Chief deposit guys, for my check, is, what do you call it guys, my via money in the bank check for depositing. The only thing I'm gonna be thinking about doing with that check, guys, I'm gonna be getting I might get 15 on Google Play, so that's what I'm thinking about. So maybe $40 if my guardian thinks it's not gonna be a problem. And then, so guys, that's number 1. That's number 2. Downpumps baseball, hopefully. Well, I would almost say probably, but it all depends how much cash I'll have because before we get to anything, I always want to see how much I'll have for spending the link cash. Because the one that I spoke to, guys, when I was on the phone, not exactly the one I know, that lives on the other side of town or something. I said, well, if I walk out of here with anything, I think it's going to take much more than $200. You know, guys, for lunch and dinner. You know, down at Lancaster, between my true love and I and the entire Heart people. So, I don't think there's any problems or any excuses with that in mind. Honestly, I don't think so, but if we can have just much more than that, if I want to get souvenirs for my family, get some for myself, that'd be an excellent idea too. But yeah, it all depends. But if I do get done from baseball, guys, like I was hoping to during the last 2 weeks, you know, it would have been exactly up and down. And so far today, guys, it would have been. But it all depends. I mean, I may try to get it by the time I do my request tomorrow. All I have to do, guys, is 9 to 2 at Chief tomorrow with great people. And then my ass says 9 to 2 Saturday. Not sure what Bell's gonna be picking as far as dinner is concerned. But it'll work out though. I do want to talk a little more about you know, what's going on. If you guys remember watching Something Perfect, IGN didn't have its state of play this week. So we'll talk more about that in just a little while. But before we get to anything else, guys, since for the first time, not even the last time, because I haven't live stream on Thursdays in a while, guys, just to keep everything else capitalized, and guys, let's get through today. Let's see how we're doing, making sure we're staying active, and not to keep everybody else in format, or more sadistic and whatnot. If any of you today that's not worth questioning or pointing fingers at people, or wanting to see how well we do with our popularity, guys, entertainment, and energy. Like I said, guys, before we get unification, we must more to establish and take our time with it. But other than that, guys, since I haven't live streamed on Thursday in a while, guys, since I'm always sleeping in and sleeping in, we also got a few big things here today. You talked about the Torch Run, that a lot of athletes here in the state of Ohio are doing. We also have that bratwurst / cookout this morning. That's not going to get started, guys, till around 11 o'clock. And then my two loves going to be in the Torch Run with friends and a lot of us trying to cheer on with them. I told my two loves, since I weigh enough, I don't think I'm going to try to really, twist and turn until Lancaster heads, if I want to use my running speed. I mean, I'm not like Speed Racer, guys. I'm not like, compared to a Marvel. Honestly, guys, not compared to a Marvel or a DC hero. That's to try to speed up fast. But it all depends. But like, guys, speaking of other stuff, instead of switching gears, keep everything else certified.
I can't believe you've actually done it.
If you guys want to catch
think I could take that car back to
much
the
more
owner
what we've
and
been
say I'm
doing,
sorry?
if you guys
Maybe
want to
she
catch
won't
more
press charges.
Robocop Rock City on Thursday mornings going forward,
Oh, please,
as long as I don't
really
have to
use a
sleep
helping
in
hand
much
right
as
now.
I used to,
Otherwise, I'm
we want
back
to
in
keep
juvie.
ourselves natural, we want to keep ourselves in position, and keep everybody else as anything else goes in hand.
I do not trust criminals.
Hold on, guys.
You will explain
Apparently he
yourself
does
in
not
court.
trust criminals right
I
now.
knew I had it coming.
But what I repeat, guys, with our popularity, entertainment, and energy, our biggest, strongest, beautiful, talented, awesome, excellent, strongest, 100%, exciting, charming, strongest, beautiful power, guys, of our community right now. If you guys want to catch more of Robocop back here on Thursday mornings, you guys can like it, share, comment, and follow. Like, share, comment, and follow, guys. Like and share the stream. Like and share the stream. And if you guys ever miss anything today, since I haven't done the damn thing on Thursday mornings on the slot, just keep everybody else watchable, making sure everything is according to anything on it. Making sure it's much more to see, much more to stand and deliver. Remember, guys, it's not about how you do it. You do it because you're driven. And as long as people see what you do, that we're there to see it. A lot of us can do exactly what we damn well please, to be honest. We are exactly who we are. We're actually who we want to be. And not to have everybody else be warned as much. But I repeat, guys, if you guys want to catch more of Robocop Rock City, all you guys need to do is only one important thing, or one main thing, that's really check out and follow. Not exactly run and hide, guys, here today. But like I said, guys, like it, share, comment, and follow. Like and share the stream, like and share the stream. You know, guys, let's serve and take your time with that, and also, you know, pretty much keep everything else the same way at the same time. You talk about just wanting to do whatever it is you actually want to do. Be your best and check. I'm telling you guys, if you guys look at the objective selection, you guys talk about the primary objectives, this is pretty much the main. You have secondary objectives, miscellaneous objectives, and then we actually did, I mean, that's a little bit ago. You guys understand too. We actually did complete an objective already. So I won't worry about much about these missions. And I was thinking I can do the discount dealer. But I repeat, guys, just remember, like and share the stream, socialize, act, take your time, and see if we miss anything today. Making sure we have enough, making sure we're great, making sure we're sounding good, and not getting ourselves stuck. I mean, my stuff's been really good. I don't think a lot of people would really, you know, go above anything with followers, anything else that's more clueless, not exactly homeless, or being alone. A lot of us wouldn't really organize it. We're having a strong effort. But other than that, guys, let's keep everything else in shape and good looking, and pretty much magnificent today. For your first place winner, guys. If you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, PS Plus does have a few new PS Plus games to start the month of June. Well, I know in the next few weeks, guys, the voice you're hearing, that's me, I will be 32 years old in the next... Damn, guys. Well, not to be sit out of luck right now. I will be turning 32, less than 3 weeks on the 24th. The 24th is exactly on a Tuesday. And I asked my true love about this question. I asked her if there's anything that we want to do. You know, guys, on that Tuesday, my farm. But I know my Musketeer, guys, he actually does have something good for me. Depends what we want to do on my birthday, by the time I turn 32 by then. I don't know if we want to target a movie, if we want to go out to dinner, if we want to do something that's more simple, or pretty much have an opportunity to capitalize on stuff, maybe doing some in between that time. I don't know, guys. I feel like if we do something, we're going to have something to get a hold of and see what we want to do. I don't think we'll be stuck and standing around doing nothing. But, you know, guys, we'll have a few ideas. Let's really tackle. I mean, I know the other one has, honestly, guys, not an important birthday on the 9th, but I'm still not gonna, in my opinion, guys, if she wants anything with energy, I, for one, am not going to, what's that word, guys? I, for one, am not going to, you know, guys, fucking get her anything, because ever since my Musketeer was asking if the other one needed a Pepsi, she told me she's got her own money, let her use it, let her take an opportunity just to see what's going on and see what she wants to do. But, you know, guys, Amazon is not going to be the question for her, though. The only thing I'll, you know, jeopardize and also bring a lot of greatness and also follow suit with is spoiling my true love, guys, for Amazon. So, I know Amazon has not brought to my attention for the last number of months now. So, it hasn't been anything that's more to excuse, much more to really handle. And, you know, guys, standing and delivering. You want to find some items, you want to buy antiques, you want to buy games, music, movies, all of that exciting stuff that are excellent. So, I don't know when I'll get back to Amazon, hopefully soon. But it won't be long, guys, before we go to Lancaster soon. That's going to be after, you know, after the first few weeks of September of this, during that upcoming month right now. we don't have to surround that just yet. But speaking of gaming, guys, I repeat, guys, for your king and your luckiest man. If you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, I do know PS Plus does have free games. Now, I know a lot of you guys know a couple games out of the 4. So far today, guys, I'm looking at NBA 2K25 and Alone in the Dark, for example. I haven't played a lot of NBA in a long time. I don't know if Alone in the Dark would be in question. Honest guys, maybe, but I don't think anything would be, certified to the status. Or just to have a lot of experience and be scared, as far as I can tell you. It's like if you're having a match with Sting, guys, in a wrestling ring, when you talk about having something with a lot of fight spirit, a lot of legacy, especially with the late Sabu, for example, you always want to get roughed up and be in shape. Be tough, be exactly who you want to be, and you guys get the idea. I don't think I'm gonna get to adding wrestling, especially with me doing some with most important, guys, only with sports and RPGs. But I'll talk a little more about RPGs by the time we get to Steam in the next 15, 16 minutes. But all you guys need to do, if you guys want me to play new games on the schedule, be sure to hit that like button, support button, and comment. Like and share the stream, guys. Socialize, keep everything else important, and make it so we're reachable, and we're only much more easy, not exactly hard. We always want to be who we want to be, guys.
And we heard what we thought was a blown tire.
You know what they say, guys? Time may change me, but nothing can chase time. That's the most part of it. What's more important in keeping everything else, attention, and also attention to detail. Well, guys, we're looking at a few homeless men today in Robocop.
Look what he's doing!
Ever since before we get ourselves into transition, if you guys recall, usually the last time we did Robocop, I did mention, and I started the stream today. It's only been like a couple weeks.
Antisocial behavior
ever since
fellow citizen.
I did an episode for you guys before I went to Chief on a little bit of a single Monday.
Lesson for the
and,
future.
Took a break from Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Age.
Clean up the double.
You guys remember entirely
I was only messing.
barely?
I could have just picked it all up.
And this really has something more public. So,
what a fucking
I don't
joke.
think it was a bad idea. But, let's just see what was going on, what the plans for gaming was going to be on our schedule. I still think it would have been, it would have gone either way, guys, in my opinion. You guys have your honesty with me. It all depends on otherwise for it. We'll just really take care of. But yeah, guys, also, the most important thing, and the most important rule today, is love, support, and respect is the key. The awesome and creative. And that's to make it short and sweet. Love, support, and respect is the key, guys. The awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. Making it so we're sounding good, making it so we're great. Making it so we're meeting a lot of people, greeting a lot of people. Making sure you guys give each other a thumbs up. Equals likes, for example. If you're watching a concert with, country singers, rock musicians. Like a lot of people are going to be going to Ozzy Osbourne's last performance.
We're in the middle of a shot.
He said he would rather die, guys, instead of,
They say that
be 120% of him dying on stage. I did talk to a few people. I actually talked to the one that I spoke to on Context yesterday, before my two love to begin
Jerry
with.
Jenkins, you are
And then I also did
for the
talk
murder
to a few
of
people at
Casey
WoW.
Cornell.
But not exactly much involving Ozzy.
It hurts.
But somebody thinks he can actually beat this Black Sabbath final tour involving Ozzy Osbourne. Which I don't think people would blame him. But guys, he's been going through a lot with music. Especially with Black Sabbath and having his own albums. Despite the fact, guys, with metal rock, for example. So, if anything else, I probably think he can still do it. And have this rock and concert one more time. But it all depends exactly if anything else is necessary. It all depends. I mean, we still have a little extra time before we ever have no concerns or problems, guys. Before we get to any, safe haven or straight up point on it. But honestly, guys, if we get to a certain point, you never know what's going to happen in the future. You talk about rocking and rolling, talk about acting, you wanted to do something, you want to change your life, with music, find yourself some money, have a relationship with a woman, if you're looking to have something with God as a Christian, guys, or even if you want to see how much you got left in the tank. Only the Lord would answer that question for you. Your friends, family, somebody you trust and love all the time, only He Himself, guys, can discuss that. And nobody can tell you otherwise. No one can, guys. And if people don't find out right away, no one will. As a first place winner, guys, we've seen how many actors have done it. And have done that, been there, done that, whenever it could really matter one another. You always want to see what's the next step and what's next. I mean, guys, anytime with our social media today, anytime we manage to find people, socialize with people, remember guys, we meet and greet, we take our time, a lot of socialization, and make it so we have enough tools. And I did repeat, guys, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, remember guys, it's not about how well you do. As long as you talk about something respectfully, guys, keep it much more positive, making sure everything is according to plan, not being washed away, even keeping yourselves calm, making sure you're good to go. As long as you're not washing soap with anything, you always want to keep everything else standing tall. Let's keep everything else in between. To get so far and to get through today. It's pretty much anything else that's more to question it, answer it. But remember, guys, nothing's final, and that's your final answer. It's much more one we can handle towards anything, guys, despite the satisfaction. But I repeat, guys, as I was saying, anytime we manage to find people and socialize with people, all we have to do, guys, is follow and share it on our social media and our apps, guys. And that's to make it short and sweet. All we have to do, guys, is keep everything else in front of us in the chat and make it so we have no absolute trash or anything else disturbing or pretty much inappropriate as much for a lot of us here that are here today. Keeping ourselves aggressive, a lot of progressive, psychology, phrenology, mythology, whatever you guys want to do. People know how to answer it as a first place winner. That's why, guys, we have our popularity, our entertainment and energy, and we are the most awesome, loving, caring, amazing, strong, beautiful, exciting power of our community. We are the strongest, beautiful power, guys, of our community. That's all we can do for each other, and do while we can at one time. But like I said, as long as people that are here to do it with us, that we're always there to see it, whatever happens for us. But all we have to do, guys, is follow and share it on our social media, and our 3 apps of how we can do it is our social media, guys, on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. If you guys remember how long my true love and I have been romantic, hot, and also, I want to say, guys, not exactly steamy. I'm not going that far. But we've been a young couple. My true love and I, guys, I feel so engaged couple for just about 8 years. Her and I have been together, guys, for 8 years. I've been on YouTube for 8 years, and 6 years on Twitter, X, and Facebook. Night decided next year, guys, would be 9. But for my future fiancé, my sexiest, beautiful final queen, we'll be together, guys, for 9 years after the end of this year. By the time we get to February for next year, not to really pause or get stranded or anything. We'll have much more and much more to appreciate, though. I lost my official fiancé once, guys. I'm not gonna be a coward and lose my true love twice.
No
I lost her once, guys. I'm not gonna lose her ass twice. That's the main thing. You always want to have your top priority with you. You know, as long as God is wanting us, our friends, family, we still want to get married in the future also, guys. It's just going to take much more work. But you know, guys, we'll take it up one day at a time, and that's exactly what family would want, and the Lord would want. We don't want to push people away and see if we're acting like we're upset, we're, you know, being in a pissy mood, or wanting to do that's not on, whatever cards that are on the table. We always want to take one step at a time and not get ourselves, you know, overdosing as much. You meet a certain somebody, you get to know a little more about yourself, and you know the same person. See who you are, what you are, and who you are. But yeah, guys, my true love and I repeat, my musketeer and I, we've been together for 8 years. 8 years on YouTube, and 6 years on Twitter, X, and Facebook. That's exactly what my strong priorities are. And I've also been at chief, guys, and most importantly, in my opinion. It's been a little over 19 months I've been at chief for us today. Been at WoW and I think I've probably been at WoW for a little over 2 months now, if I'm right or wrong. Well, whatever it really is, you can always stand and continue to stand and deliver. We're looking at the torch tank, guys. Well, I'm gonna go and knock this punk out of the park for a minute. Like I say, guys, Pearson, non-Pearson baseball, dump-ups baseball on tomorrow's request from Steve. All I'm gonna say is, guys, it's gonna be a little bit tough, but I haven't played cards and dice on a baseball game in a while. That's all I can tell you guys completely. I mean, maybe. I mean, I'm gonna have a pretty good amount as far as Steve is concerned right now, so we'll see what happens. Well, furthermore, guys, for your king and your luckiest man, we're gonna talk about Steam in the next few minutes, just a couple minutes. You know, I mean, the way I talk about baseball and everything else that goes with it. But as far as anything else, guys, I haven't heard anything else ever since. If I heard anything else, it's more big, that's more examination, or before unification. Well, like I said, guys, the last time I did live stream on a Thursday, I think it's still like over a month. Like I said, guys, all I know is I'm tired. We wanted to sleep in if I'm working at TV, if I'm wanting to get a lot of rest, a lot of sleep. I think that's all I wanted to do. But you know, guys, I might, in my opinion, I may or may not go back to live streaming on Thursdays again. You know, I might, but it all depends how damn tired I still want to be. I mean, it's not about how we can really utilize and, you know, guys, keep our eyes up and also stay awake a little bit more. But we'll see how things work out, guys. I mean, but yeah, guys, what was I gonna really discuss with you guys? Oh yeah, guys, IGN State of Play recently had its own thing yesterday. Coming out of, you know, guys, coming out of a few things. They actually did announce some game. So I want to say, guys, IGN State of Play was on yesterday, and they pretty much announced some newer games. I actually did sell a game on Facebook. I want to say, guys, I did sell a game. I want to say last night, as far as I remember. Now, if you guys remember a game called Final Fantasy, I mean, not just Final Fantasy by contrast, guys, but if you talk about playing a childhood favorite when you guys were kids, if you're playing a game with a lot of grinding, level ups, a lot of experience, something to really get a hold of, tackle. The game I'm talking about, guys. Apparently, Square Enix did announce a new Final Fantasy Tactics game. And the question I was asked is, I've beaten, I'm not exactly kidding as much, because remember, the last time I played any Final Fantasy tactical RPGs, it's been a long time. But one thing that really adds is something that's much more delightful and simple. If you guys remember playing old school RPGs, Square Enix did actually announce something very important that meets the eye. Excuse me. Bit of a sneeze to start off today, guys, on a Thursday morning. Hold on, let me get something itchy that I have to get for a minute. Okay, there we go. But yeah, guys, one of the games that IGN, actually that in-gaming news did announce during State of Play yesterday. Apparently IGN had its own State of Play, I think, through yesterday, and some of it from this past evening. Now, one of the games they actually did announce. Square Enix did announce that they're introducing Final Fantasy Tactics Evilus. That's right, guys, you heard your king and your luckiest man right. IGN did announce that Square Enix is releasing Final Fantasy Tactics Evilus Chronicles. I saw that with my guardian on Facebook about that. I'm involving it and about it. And honestly, guys, my true love asked me if I've ever beaten Final Fantasy Tactics. Honestly, guys, my ass has beaten it plenty of times. And the day for, and if you guys want to really check out the trailer, you guys can go to youtube.com/IGN. You guys can look up Final Fantasy Tactics. Now remember, guys, I beat Borderlands pretty much a damn handful of times when I was growing up, when I was aging more. But the thing about the Evilus Chronicles, guys, of Final Fantasy Tactics, they actually changed a few big things, as far as I remember. You know, guys, between the storylines. I mean, the storylines have been always been the same. But about, guys, and really, I want to say they recently did change to gameplay stuff, if I remember. I mean, I remember playing Final Fantasy Tactics a long time ago. But Final Fantasy never disappoints. Now it's since I've always been an big fan since I was a kid. So that's the only one of the games, you know, they actually have. But I will not go further right now. But speaking of other stuff today, guys, with gaming. So yeah, guys, Final Fantasy Tactics Evilus Chronicles, or Final Fantasy Tactics, for example. So guys, Evilus Chronicles, from what I've heard, Final Fantasy Tactics, the new Final Fantasy Tactics game, guys, I repeat this now, the Evilus Chronicles, that game will be releasing on September 30th for the PS5. Now speaking of PS5, guys, for your king and your luckiest man, if we're looking to have better and better gaming, looking to get inside gameplay stuff, and, you know, want to see what makes you really stand tall in front of the others. If we're getting prepared for a torch run, if we're looking to have something to eat later on this morning, if we're looking to, you know, what really gets you occupied. It's not getting you bored all the time. You want to see what's very entertaining. And also, guys, massive watts. So, guys, the outlet I'm talking about, guys, is Steam. So, guys, head over to the Steam store. If you guys are looking to protect anything with gaming, or having something, if you guys want to challenge yourselves, even if you want to, you know, make it so everything is, you know, okie-dory. Not get yourselves stuck, or get yourselves above dams of stress with other things. Whatever you guys want to do, it's right in front. You guys are stand and deliver, and not get yourselves, you know, caught in a bad place. But yeah, guys, head over to the Steam store. Head over to the Steam store, guys, make a game account, install purchases, pre-orders, and buy something. If you guys are looking to get old games and special games, if you guys want to sneak in and also get bucks for Rocket League, if you guys are getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite with us today, or even if you guys want to play something new, something different, It's not that hard to see what games really stick out to you, if you want. As long as you don't have to pass a basketball all the time. If you're waiting for somebody to shoot, we're looking to have somebody that can give you guys a 2-point shot, a dunk shot in the face if you're playing basketball. Or even if you're playing with family and friends. To play any sports games with a techno sport. I'm gonna tell you guys what the plan is for baseball in just a little bit. But head over to the Steam store, guys. You have to install purchases and pre-orders and buy something. But like I said, you guys can, use this opportunity to buy anything with bucks for pretty much any inspirational point. Make it so you're not feeling guilty, make it so you're not pretty much have anything else with responses. But like I said, head over to the Steam store and buy something. If you're looking to, like I said guys, if you're looking to have something much more with good luck, like I said guys, by getting bucks for Rocket League or Fortnite, you guys can start with one of the 2 games firsthand with no extra cost. Maybe you guys are gunning for special offers that stand in front of you during this first week of June today. And have our plans here today for gaming. Apparently guys, Konami is having its early days collection of Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you guys are big fans of Yu-Gi-Oh! We talked about watching Pokemon, want to play some card games, I'm trying to hit up some Yu-Gi-Oh! Today guys, for us. They do have a midweek sale for Yu-Gi-Oh! So basically guys, the game itself has always been inspired from Konami. So the early days collection guys of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is no more than $40 plus tax if you have a Steam account. You guys can get Deal Villagers does have a publisher sale as far as I can tell you. Or just really change the moods if you want. You guys can get Lightyear Frontier. The game itself does have a Sifting Gears update. So that game is like $14.99. And the last special offer you guys can look at is right in front of you if you have a Steam account. Guys, love to have any explosives and dialects talked about. But if you look at it, now the game you guys, I think a lot of you guys are aware of this game. This game is called Code Vein. Now Code Vein is a little over $9 on Steam. Now, I don't want to have anything else if I'm not rolling like a tiger this month, but or just to have a pet. I was about having a pet cat for my 2 lava night in the future, but I do know Code Vein is not a horrible game. Not necessarily not, but really, I mean, Code Vein is actually not a terrible game. It's not exactly a terrible review. I think we all know Code Vein did alright, by example, when it comes to really changing anything on it. Just to be open and honest, guys. I mean, I do know, like I said, guys, Code Vein is not a terrible game by far. For what I've been hearing, the game itself is exactly what it is. That's to really pass the torrents, having a lot of survival, and all the good stuff that's in hand. If you guys have a Steam Deck, you guys can buy Portal 2 with just $2 today. Now I want to say guys, that's an excellent start for you guys. You guys can buy any games you want with that, Stand and Deliver, and Megan Sir, whatever, sounds your name. Whatever games you want to buy, they're right in front. So, I do know guys, Elder Scrolls Skyrim is no more than like $10 on Steam. You guys can go after God Eater 3. And, Repo. Well, Repo does not have its own, Repo is not on sale on Steam this week. But if you're looking to get something to Stand and Deliver, you guys can do whatever you want, when you want, how you want it. Whatever sounds important for you. Whatever games that's more important to, keep everything else in an opposite direction. Whatever it is you guys can bring to the table. There's a lot of games in this world. You guys cannot miss a single thing or have anything else that's most important. But let me go and shoot these dudes. By the way guys, the mission we're doing today, it's called the Search for Suit. We want to find the police informant. So remember guys, we have, my 2 love has a torch run, I don't think I'm gonna be joining that. That's it, to be honest. I mean, it would be good just to burn some more weight to stay active for it. But I would rather just wait till 11 to 1 over that botwurst thing. As far as... Now, here's the thing, guys. As far as that art exhibit goes tonight, as King Guy's the luckiest man, as the first place winner for bowling, maybe. Anything less, guys, my true love wants to summon me and have a couple hours for a feature tonight, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, guys, if you're looking to do something with gaming, you guys can check him out. But other than that, guys, if you're looking to buy newer games, or should I say, if you're looking to pre-order any games, you guys can pre-order the new Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I do want to get the new Tony Hawk at the end of this month. I mean, after this month. Because my next request, actually, no, not my next request, but my next chief tech, guys, for depositing and requesting. Well, I got one tomorrow, and then my next chief tech is going to be on June 20th. I don't know if I want to get Tony Hawk by then. But after that, guys, after that one, after we get through this Friday by tomorrow, by the time I go back to Chief, and then, hold on, let me look at my calendar really fast. Yeah, guys, tomorrow's the 6th, that's my Chief deposit for requesting. Then the next one is June 20th, and then the next one, guys, is July 4th for Independence Day. So, I could maybe get Tony Hawk by then, and put the $50 aside by then. I don't see that being a bad idea, or being in a tough position for it. I mean, I could probably still get Pro Skater 3 and 4 Tony Hawk if I still want to. But, you guys can pre-order the new Tony Hawk. That game will be releasing, guys, by next month. So, you know, guys, to ring out Independence Day. So watch out for that game when you guys get a chance. If you guys are looking to pre-order Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, I do want to get that game as huge, as big, as large as it is. IGN State of Play did actually have a new gameplay trailer for Delta Snake Eater this week. You guys can watch a good handful of that from yesterday, and also from last night too. I did watch a bit of the trailer, but not a whole lot of it for sure. But I do know, guys, Delta Snake Eater, that game will still be upcoming. That game will still be releasing on August 28th by far. But Downboard Tours, good morning, my brother. How you doing? Thank you for jumping on. Thank you for hitting us up today. But like I say, guys, I mean, as much as I want Down to Snake Eater, we still got a buttloads of time right now. Kind of like waiting to have our laundry together. So, as long as we breathe, we see what's up and what's going on. I may or may not wait to get Delta Snake Eater, because that's gonna be almost about a month by then, by the time my two love and I go to Lancaster. You know, guys, in Park, for example, guys, Lancaster, Pennsylvania, done September 22nd by then. Speaking of September, guys, another game that we know how to, guys, organize and solve, and that is Borderlands 4. Well, Borderlands 4, guys, is going to be even tougher by this year, because that game is still going to be upcoming, and also, guys, that game will still be releasing on September 12th, because, well, as much as I won both of those games already, I don't think I'm going to get both of them before we get to Lancaster. I mean, I really want to have the urge to really get both of them right now, in the next couple months. But, it all depends how much spending I'll have for Lancaster. Then my Guardian will also budget for me, how much I get for, WoW and whatnot. I mean, if I do anything, from what I've heard, I can get Tony Hawk first. Tony Hawk will probably be the only game right now I mean, honestly, I would probably get Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. Because that game is not going to be any more than $50 plus. Coming out of GameStop, guys, Walmart, and Amazon. So, I mean, I could probably still get Tony Hawk after this month. And, which I don't think you guys will have a right or wrong answer. It's like, should I get the new Tony Hawk? Remember, guys, the last time I played Tony Hawk was Pro Skater 1 and 2. And that was exactly, guys, despite the fact it was actually the PS4 version. And I do remember playing a lot of that during that time, so... Like I said, guys, I might go after the new Tony Hawk at the start of July. If there's no right or wrong. Anything else, guys, having an answer, everything else progressive.
Are you the police informant?
And I also do want to bring this game up. Now, from Isian State of Playing, guys, if any of you today will look it up quickly, maybe try to pre-order the new Final Fantasy Tactics Evilest Chronicles. That game will be releasing, down and deep, and something much more great. If you guys remember playing any tactical combat games, like Final Fantasy, for example, you guys can purchase that game on September 30th, 2025 of this year.
What is your free
So, I mean, I might go after the new Final Fantasy Tactics, Village Chronicles. Once you guys don't know, I also want to go back to, I mean, in my honest opinion, I want to try to go back to, playing pixel remasters of Final Fantasy.
Not really a fan of his music.
I know the next one, guys, for the installment, as a first place winner, is it's going to be Final Fantasy 4. But I don't know when that's going to be. Like I said, guys, we got Lancaster coming up before the end of September. We got Borderlands 4. Remember, guys, I've got my birthday in a couple weeks too. So
They call me Pickles.
I think that's going to be enough to stand and deliver, as far as I know.
One time, I saw
I don't think GameStop has pre-orders, after Borderlands 4 and Delta Sanctuary are concerned. I mean, here's the thing, guys. If GameStop wants to have a pre-order bonus for Final Fantasy Tactics Evilest, by the way, I would may or may not assume that Square Enix will have a DLC. I mean, probably not. But I do know I have beaten Final Fantasy Tactics. I mean, I've beaten a lot of that set for a long time. I really have. I mean, if you look at that, if you look at Tactics Ogre, which I don't play Tactics Ogre anymore, even though I was looking to trade the damn thing at GameStop at one time. But apparently GameStop stated the following: nope, we don't want it. We don't have any dollar signs or chains to really, give something else on it. So you guys can pre-order any games you want, as long as they're good, as long as they're perfect. And yes, guys, my example. But yeah, guys, Square Enix did it. Yeah, guys, Square Enix was the only game they've had. And that's why, guys, it's called Final Fantasy Tactics, the Evilest Chronicles. Now, the last game I've beaten was War of the Lions, when you have Balthier, Cloud, Aerith, if you look at it. A few of them are from Final Fantasy VII. I think Goofy had a small print, had a small scene, but he was not exactly, in Final Fantasy Tactics. I know he was not. But Balthier, yes. Now remember, guys, Magon may be smaller, or my name's not Balthier. Now, Balthier is from Final Fantasy XII. Now, despite the fact we still do new episodes from Tuesday mornings, despite the fact on it, I might go back to... I mean, I may or may not. I mean, I might go back to Final Fantasy XII Zodiac Games this coming Monday from Tuesday mornings. Because I don't see that being bad or, good or pretty much being out of shape. But I do know like I said, guys, if this game is going to be at GameStop, I know it'll be for the Switch too. Most importantly, yes. The other stuff, no. But hold on, guys. If GameStop does have it, I can just pre-order the son of a bitch if I wanted to.
Do you think
but I don't
Briggs
know.
is
We'll
in
keep
trouble?
everything else first after Tony
I
Hawk.
don't know.
And see what
Last time
happens,
I saw him, he
and
was
see
going to check a
what the
case of missing
future
bodies.
brings to us.
Sounded like a bogus
That
lead,
brings
so
to
I
our
didn't press
system,
him.
guys, on popularity, entertainment, and
He
energy.
always tells me to be careful.
Now you guys know my name.
But the truth
My name on
is,
Steam is Jack Dawson 93,
running around
or
gangsters
JD
in
93.
paradise dressed in
If you guys have nothing for us, or even if you guys have
You
nothing,
seem proficient
for pre-orders
in
or in-store
undertaking police
purchases,
tasks.
you guys have nothing to
Ever
lose.
thought of making a living out of
You guys remember, I've been on Steam for a little over 4 years now.
One thing you should know
You know,
about
just to
me,
keep everything else
I love
separate,
cops, you know,
or not
law
being blocked.
enforcement, laws,
Now, as we
all that.
transition really
I
fast,
think
guys,
those are great ideas.
if you guys are into
But so is
role-playing
me.
games,
And
like
when I
Final
need it,
Fantasy,
I tend to forget
Assassin's
about
Creed,
the other
God
stuff.
of War,
So, you know
The
what
Last
they
of Us,
say.
Elden
You can
Ring,
only
you
serve
guys can check out the new Elden Ring Night Rain. Now, speaking of, now, here's the thing, guys, speaking of Elden Ring,
How do you know Officer
IGN
Briggs?
did actually inform, Elden Ring Night Rain did actually recently do,
I've been in his debt ever since.
they actually sold thousands and thousands of units for the PS5,
Hidden wife.
and also included, guys, the Xbox Series and also on Steam. Now, I'm gonna also look this up quickly, guys, as the first place winner. So, so the new DLC, guys, you guys remember it's called Elden Ring Night Rain. Apparently, from what I've heard, they've already sold a lot of
to go.
millions of copies
Duty
already.
awaits.
So one of you
that.
guys may say,
Got a favorite
or
ask.
well, or
I know
will
that
not.
Briggs is missing, but
Despite the
I've
fact
got
how
something
much
that belongs to
units
him.
it's been making.
He must have misplaced it the last time he visited.
So basically, guys,
It's kind of weighing me down.
What is
all
it?
I'm gonna say is, guys, if Elden Ring Night Rain is gonna be in the, if that game's gonna be in
Holding on to
the
it.
Game of the Year discussion,
Please give it back to his family.
I think that's gonna be,
This is stolen
honest
property,
guys, in my
and you
opinion,
expect
I think that's
me
gonna be
to
heavily
return it?
tough.
Gee, that
Remember, guys,
sounds
we still
bad
got
when you
Borderlands
say it
4,
like that, but
Delta Snake Eater,
still, you shouldn't let
and
me hold on to expensive things.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
That's how I
I
ended
did
up in
mention
this
that for,
situation in the first place.
I did mention
I will make sure
that
they receive
very,
it
very
from the
closely.
repentant thief.
So, I still think those games will still have the,
But
you know, don't
surely
have
now,
anything else
I
rebooted or
gotta
anything.
chillax after all this.
But if everything else is according to plan, I do think,
We will proceed with
I mean, if,
haste.
with everything else proceeding and also keeping everything
As you command,
under control and
Officer
whatnot,
Steely.
guys, I can see what a lot of us can assume. But I do know,
Over here.
but I do know, guys, if I remember, if I can really recall and not try to repent, guys, I do know if
His watch is burning
if a lot of us know what's going on, despite the fact on it, I don't think there's any bad ideas, or have something that's much more to secure or search at this point in time. But I do know if,
Apartment
well, the fact
21.
is, guys, whatever the plan is for,
Man, my hands are
like I said, guys,
sweaty.
for Elden Ring Night
Are
Rain,
you going into a drug-related
I'm thinking it
withdrawal?
may or may
Do you
not,
require
or it
medical
might or might
assistance?
not get an opportunity to
No, I'm just
maybe try to
nervous.
win this year's Game of the Year. I mean, I doubt Elden Ring's going to win with this one.
Good at reading people.
I mean, I've heard Night Rain, I've heard Elden Ring Night Rain is not that bad.
Like steel a
Based on the
watch.
reviews, in my opinion, as a negative answer, no. Honestly, guys, no. But I'm thinking if they've only been selling a few millions, only millions of units, I'm not saying if it'll be out of the question. It could be for a Game of the Year nomination, but it has to really do something towards Borderlands 4, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and Delta Snake Eater. That's all I'm gonna say, just to really afford, and then have something on a high note, but pretty much perfect on a good note. But it all depends, whatever they can do exactly. And last but not least, guys, if we're looking to pre-order Final Fantasy Tactics Evilus Chronicles, you guys can check that out as well. You guys may enjoy it. You guys remember playing Final Fantasy Tactics when you guys were kids? I used to play a lot of that. I played every single damn thing on it. Do a lot of grinding, took on Altima, taking on monsters, real bosses, you know, subclasses. I mean, that makes you much more powerful than you think. but since Square Enix is releasing that, guys, on September 30th for the PS5, guys, that's a question it. I might get it, but I'm not 100% sure on Borderlands 4 and Delta Snake Eater right now. It all depends. Now, as we transition from RPGs to sports, if you guys are into sports games like baseball, racing, tennis, golf, football, basketball, that's to name a few.
Yes, I'm sorry
You guys can play the new sports games that are on the list today. I don't know. Well, baseball does not have anything with sales.
Oh no.
But I think if there's anything,
What else are you gonna steal?
well, I did just mention to you guys that PS Plus does have a few new PS Plus games.
Stand him.
One of them
I'm
is,
sure he has something
for example,
to do
guys,
with
one of
Mike
them
being missing.
is NBA 2K25, so that's the first one.
Are you?
I don't know if I would imagine being scared if I was playing Alone in the Dark, compared to Evil Within and Resident Evil.
I've already reported what I know. But
I doubt any of them would be the same, but not exactly having the same element of surprise. But honestly, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Where was
the
last location?
There's a lot of sports games that are out there.
Him
guys can protect the sport, call your own gameplays, call your own game plans, and do what you want to do. There's a lot of things when it comes to sports games. You want to have a lot of fun, have a lot of awesomeness, greatness, and have your own gameplays. That's all that matters. There's some good things you guys can look at. If you look at them as a team of sports,
but maybe it's in his
I think that's good to really inform. The guys can buy any sports games or get to anything with sports games, see how they are, and see what really sounds, good for anyone. Good for everybody else if you look at it. So, you guys can play any sports games you want with no extra cost. Now let me tell you guys what I've been up to on baseball recently. I do know I'm actually doing my 1931 I'm actually doing hold on, what am I doing? Hold on. I'm actually doing my 1931 athletics replay. So
he went against his own
so the athletics in my 1931 athletics replay, guys.
Do you remember?
It's actually I'm actually doing game 1 of my 1931 athletics replay, guys. That's for the athletics on Out of the Park Baseball 23. It's the athletics in my 31 A's replay taking on the Washington Senators. So I'm doing some with that for now.
Knowing you're on the case
I haven't gone back to Pearson Baseball in a while. That I can tell you guys perfectly. Not exactly. Don't have any disturbance or anything else to question it or just to see how everything else shapes and keep everything else going straightforward. But like I said, guys, Pearson Baseball, I may or may not go back to that. But here's the thing, guys.
That he returns home.
If the request is according to plan for tomorrow, guys, I go back to see if 9 to 2 in the morning tomorrow. And yes, guys, Saturday. So, if everything, despite the fact it's according to plan, whatever we can really get to, and pretty much see and watch. Guys, if everything else is according to plan for requesting, for safe deposit, guys, with balls and baseball, I can try to get. I'm hoping I can get Domino's Baseball on my PC because the game itself doesn't cost any more. You guys can get that on a lower price, no more than well, the game itself is only like $25. If you guys have a PC, you guys have a tablet, you guys won't be able to. You guys won't be able to tackle it on your phone on that device. But you guys can roll your own dice, or you guys can buy dice and roll them if you're watching at home, if you want. You guys can roll your own dice, whatever you want to do. Whatever sounds good, whatever sounds perfect. Let's go, I think the only thing with dice for Domino's Baseball is I think they're pretty much only 6 and like 8-sided dice. I mean, the way a lot of people use them, like our Red Sox fan, Utah Mike from Sports Time Machine, and my good buddy, Beatles Eternal. Beatles did actually stream yesterday. So, he was doing something with Appa Baseball, as far as I'm aware.
We must get to the
but he actually did tell me.
That's just
He did tell me recently that Dumpos Baseball is a good baseball cards and dice game. But another good game, guys, for example, is Inside Pits, and also there's no Diamond Baseball. But I think what I'm leaning towards is after 15 on Google, and maybe before going into the weekend. I think the only thing with baseball that I may or may not try. What I'm thinking about trying to be leaning towards. I think I'm almost leaning towards Dompro's Baseball. To close the end of the week.
Need what?
To close this
Some
week,
spare
for example.
parts? Hey,
I mean,
there's
I
a
don't see
mechanic
that
up
being
the
a
road.
problem. I think with enough casts being, guys going around, I don't think there's going to be any complaints or, problems or anything else closely. I don't see why not. But if everything else is in position, despite the fact that how we can utilize anything for it, I don't see why not.
Is a metal shell.
But yeah, guys,
all you see when you look at me?
I enjoy much more fun with
always
baseball
like that?
than I used
That's
more
right.
than
He's
football.
one existential motherfucker.
And Pegos
that's
guys
why you're a
decides
team.
to curse
What do
a
you
little
need?
bit. We're looking
for a
at
kid.
we're actually
His name's
went
Daniel.
we're actually at this
He was playing here
basketball
earlier.
court.
Why? Is it
We had
past
this rude
his
player
bedtime?
talking a little bit, rudeness.
Yeah, I saw
between
a couple of kids
Robocop
drawing
and
with chalk they found lying around that crime
the
scene.
one
over
that Robo's
Thank
working with
you
for a
for
minute.
the information.
Congrats,
got a bit of the
guys.
info.
You just became
So this
police
character's name,
informants.
guys, his name
It
is
has its
Pickles.
perks.
Not
You'll
exactly
love it.
Pickles from Rugrats, which I don't watch that crap
I see
anymore.
a couple of
As
drawings
far as
over
I
there.
can tell you, that's something the bard's in. Straightforward, not exactly going
This was
backwards.
drawn not long
No, it's
ago.
anything else goes in
Ah, there's
between.
more over there.
But we'll see what works out. Baseball is, guys, baseball is life. You guys can manage your own teams, see whatever pitchers, whatever players you have as an offensive, defensive lineup. I'm gonna see how much I can take, guys, for the athletics in my 1931 athletics replay. This is pretty much the athletics first game that I'm doing, and we'll see what happens going forward, and have a close case. But alright, guys. For today on a Thursday, and to stand and deliver, that's good video on Steam for today. My name on Steam is Zach Dawson 93. Your first place winner from a bowling tournament this year. I don't know when we're going back to bowling. Probably after, I guess it's probably before the end of October. Maybe after the end of September. But I don't know exactly. The coaches haven't told me anything. As a first place winner. Guys, the only scores that were, worked out, and also with Inferno on it. Guys, first game was a 106, second game 200. Guys, I saw my fourth 200 game since I have been bowling for over 20 plus years. So that takes a lot of facts and takes a lot of momentum. And I'm still doing first and second arrow, guys, whenever it happens. Regarding and protect our sport. But my name on Steam, guys, I repeat, guys, my name on Steam is Zach Dawson 93. You guys can get pre-orders and in-store purchases. Now remember, guys, the most important thing, the most important rule, is love, support, and respect is the key. It's the awesome and creative, and yes, guys, knowledge is power. We are standing tall, guys. We got 626 mods
Must
today.
have found something more interesting.
Of our followers, and bringing a lot of socialization, arrangements, and having something that goes, either way, or anything else in between. As long as we send and deliver, people shouldn't have to bully you as much. But yeah, guys, as long as we know what we're doing, keep something that's more important, and whatever we can make way. But remember, guys, like us, share, comment, and follow. Remember, guys, like and share the stream, do what we can for one another. And yes, guys, like I said, just take your time. Do not get yourselves dragged. It's like if you're falling down, and a lot of us would start picking you up again. That's the main thing. You don't want to be like Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz by far. But remember, guys, like it, share, comment, and follow. Like and share the stream. I'm not gonna worry about the numbers today on views and W rates. But that's for today. Until honestly, guys, my answer for your king and your luckiest man. Not until probably this coming Saturday and Sunday mornings, because we're out of Tokyo. At least by then. But remember, guys, I repeat, I go back to Steve, 9 to 2, Friday morning tomorrow for me, and then Saturday as well. Keep everything else active, and keep our eyes open. Me and guys like it, so like it. Guys like it, so comment and follow. Like and share the stream. Appreciate it. Like and share the stream. Like, so comment and follow, guys. Keep everything going our way. That's all we can do. And the most important thing, guys, as we watch our videos in full, guys like it, so comment and follow. Boost my stuff on my YouTube channel if you want. Or I can do some. I can watch you guys' videos on good channels. And then, yes, guys, we'll do something we can do from there. It's not going to be above damsel distress if you're in a higher level, regular level, or a low level. Whatever you guys want to do, won't be as bad or anything.
He can't tell me nothing. My mom said that he's out on
honestly, guys, nothing would really, get you stuck or be in the middle as much as anything, or to really to take care of, or benefit if you want. Well, remember, guys, like it, so comment and follow, like and share the stream. You guys can boost my W rates a lot more. That'd be perfect. That would sound great, and that would sound good. And yes, guys, that would be safe and sound for me too. And you guys the same way. But all we need to do, guys, is negotiate. And yes, guys, we watch our videos in full. Like and share the stream. And so we have our social media, our 626 mods in total, our followers. Our social media, guys, our YouTube accounts, no more of YouTube today. And yes, guys, the last thing, guys, our social media, and yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and so much more. Now, if you're broadcasting a game of baseball, that's also a good experience. It's all that matters. But don't forget to check out, guys, Final Fantasy Tactics Evilist Chronicles. That is exactly the upcoming game that's releasing on September 30th for the PS5 after the efforts of Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions. You guys can play it for the PS5, Xbox Series. Now, if it starts coming, and also, guys, coming right at the same time for the Switch 2, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what happens for the foreseeable future. But I want to get ourselves dragged, guys. I know we don't, and will not. We'll see what happens. Now, remember one thing, guys. We are always filled with popularity. Remember, guys, we are always filled with popularity, guys. Entertainment and energy. Our biggest, strongest, phenomenal, exciting, awesome, talented, excellent, strongest, beautiful power of our community. Do what we can for one another, and have a lot of experience in a tall shape.
Right.
And yes, guys, in a tall order.
Let's get you home.
Well, you told my mom
we are better and better for where we're at today. Keep everything else established, and, like I said, guys, our stuff has been good, and maybe a little bit wonderful, too.
Man.
That's all there is to begin with. That's all we can target. So, guys, for your king and your luckiest man that's here today. We're gonna begin with in-gaming news today.
I had to take care of something.
So as I said earlier today, guys, as the first place winner, you guys remember I told you guys about IGN Sony's summer state of play. Now, some of the games that IGN didn't actually recall. One of them, guys, is the new James Bond game. This new game is called 007 First Light. I actually did check... Now, despite the fact I actually did check out the trailer, Pierce Brosnan is not exactly voicing him. Remember guys, he's got Mob Boss. He's got a Mob business series. And then you have the others. The other games that Sony actually did announce, not just 007 with James Bond. They also announced a new Marvel Tokon, Silent Hill F, and so much extra. I'm going to quickly click on that for a second. Remember guys, Summer State of Play from Sony or IGN was exactly yesterday. So, maybe solid, not exactly bulletproof as much. Now we want to see how much of a purpose that they'll take it. Guys, Marvel, like I said, guys, Marvel is famous for doing something. With movies, with Doomsday, and Secret Wars, we're not going to get to those movies until every single end of the year. The end of next year, guys, and the year after that, so guys, the games that, I repeat guys, despite the fact that Sony had a Summer State of Play yesterday, they also did announce, I repeat, as I mentioned earlier, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evilest Chronicles for September 30th, by the way. They also did announce not just James Bond. That game will be releasing next year. They also did give a little more of an inside scoop of Ghost of Yodi. We're going to begin, from what I've heard, we are getting an extra gameplay trailer after this month. From what I've heard, it'll be this coming July. Delta Snake Eater does have its own trailer the same way. They came out of yesterday, pretty much in an egg cell. And also, guys, the new Silent Hill F. Now, if I want to play a few of these games, now, for example, guys, there's also a sequel to Neo. They also did announce it's going to be a Neo 3. But I don't expect Neo 3 to release till next year. Whatever they have to stretch forward, whatever they can really carry. I still have the first Neo, and I think the second Neo coming out of PS Plus, so. Guys, I'm not much of a Neo fan, but the popularity for the franchise and the trilogy itself for the games is actually not too bad to occupy or keep something in the real estate, guys, with gameplay, compared to, like I said, guys, with sword slashing, have something in between. Like I said, guys, if anything else, I don't see why not. I do know Neo 3 should be a little bit extra tight for the gameplay. So we'll see what happens. I also am curious to see how 007 First Light's going to be for next year. The last game that a James Bond game was taking place, I honestly think, or I actually do believe, it was GoldenEye. So GoldenEye was the last game that came to our consoles. For example, guys, for the Super NES, and I believe only for the Nintendo industry, as far as I remember. Good morning, Sugar Baby Maria. Make a love shout out. How are you today? But despite the fact, guys, if we look at James Bond, I know Daniel Craig is not voicing. I know he's not voicing the new 007 game, so that's releasing next year. Now, Delta Snake Eater is going to be obvious. That game will still be head over heels, guys, and releasing on August 28th. Ghost of Yodi should be soon, maybe before Christmas hits. But whatever works out, guys, it'll work out. And yes, guys, it is also on the repeat, and it's still the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which I really liked that game to heaven. I really did. It also have the gold edition for Ghost of Tsushima. You guys can check out someday, maybe like one day. Like I said, I'm a little bit curious how the new James Bond game is going to be for next year. I'm not saying if it's going to be having anything else crystal clear, but having something much more to prevent. Hold on, guys. Let me look at other stuff really fast. Oh yeah, guys. Speaking of James Bond, 007 First Light actors, guys, does have a secret identity, seemingly unmasked by fans. But it does say, guys, unmasked by fans for your eyes only. Well, all I'm gonna say is, guys, Pierce Brosnan is not. He's actually not voicing this 007 First Light game. I know he's not narrating, since he's pretty much got a little bit of hands full, since he's like in his early 70s. I do know the only game he's only voiced in a 007 game is only GoldenEye. GoldenEye, The World Is Not Enough, and I know he's in a movie with Linda Hamilton after the episode of Terminator, with her and Arnold Schwarzenegger, as far as I can tell you otherwise. But like I said, guys, if anything else, it would be very simple. I mean, knowing who the actor is, you know, guys, in 007 First Light, I've said this earlier, guys, I'll say it again. It's King and the Luckiest Man. I'm a little bit curious how this game's going to react and work for next year. I think it'll work a little bit well. You know, we haven't seen another James Bond game in a long time. Ever since my true love was playing a lot of it. I played a bit on my phone in the past, but not as much as I could really work out. So guys, the secret behind the actor. His name is. Well, I don't know this actor's name, but his name is. Now, you guys remember watching a show called Dexter. So basically, guys, this actor is actually like 30. His name is. Hold on a minute. Remember, guys, 007 First Light will be releasing next year, as far as I know. So the actor's name is. No, the actor's name is, guys. His name is Patrick Gibson. I don't know anything about this actor, but way before him, you have Daniel Craig, Pierce Brosnan. That's the name of few for James Bond. But I feel like if this game is going to be a little bit huge by next year, I don't see James Bond beating GTA 6 by far. Because GTA 6, guys, by May 26th after this year, well, guys, that game is going to be our Game of the Year winner. That's all I'm going to really provide and really question. But if they are doing something that's more to focus and have something much more entirely, like I said, I don't see why not. If everything else is according to plan between anything else, I don't see why not. Keep everything else, you know, according to the plans and also anything else towards it. But all I'm going to say is, guys, James Bond is not surpassing GTA 6. And honestly, guys, that game is not going to be overpaying it and overrating that game. GTA 6 is still going to win. And I repeat, guys, that game still got it by next year. But honestly, guys, we'll see how everything else works out. So I do want to bring top stories really fast, guys. So let's quickly get to it. In top stories today, as I mentioned, Final Fantasy Tactics, long-rumored remake. It's real, after all. Now, what this game really includes, it does have voice acting, guys, in classic original version. Now, I've said this in the past, I'll say it again, guys. I'll do my own horn. You see, guys, I've played a lot of this in the past. I mean, but way before they announced Evil's Chronicles. But the thing about Final Fantasy Tactics is, it's pretty much anything you can imagine, and what you guys can think about otherwise. If you're playing any tactical RPGs compared to, like I said, guys, for example, if you remember playing Tactics Ogre, Chrono Trigger is pretty much different with Nobuo Uematsu and what Square Enix Square Enix has been doing? Well, let me tell you a little bit about what a lot of us can expect on Final Fantasy Tactics: The Evilest Chronicles. So, number one, they do include the 2 versions of the game. One of them, guys, is the classic original, which includes War of the Lions translation, and the first new version, guys, as this article does state the following: with a full-blown voice acting, revamped interface, intensive additions, guys, and adjustments to the story. It's smoother visual effects. So if you guys remember, when they actually mentioned and had rumors of a remake of Final Fantasy Tactics, they actually talked about they actually talked about 4 years. So they talked about 4 straight years just to really rumor that there was going to be a Final Fantasy Tactics pretty much remake until this year for the most part. So if you guys remember, War of the Lions sounded really good. It only came out for the PlayStation. You guys can play them on the PSP. I'm not going anywhere else for the PlayStation for that. But I do know if everything else is going to be workable and a little more attaching, and also how that's going to work out, I do want to voice my opinion, and I will end on this. Since Final Fantasy Tactics was released back in the high 1990s, I don't think there's any shame or any self-doubts that even if that Final Fantasy Tactics, the Village Chronicles, I can see by September 30th of what we're leaning towards, that I do think the Village Chronicles should be looking good as a review before the end of September. But I do want to try to get this. I do want to get Final Fantasy Tactics, Village Chronicles, since I haven't played Tactics in a long time. Ever since Final Fantasy Tactics came with a 1.3 version, guys, on the website, through our mobile, towards other devices, I honestly think if they're doing something that's more perfect and sounding good on it, I don't think there's any problems with that. I don't think there's going to be, a lot of breathtaking, a lot of table reading. I actually am a little more excited of how Final Fantasy Tactics Endless Chronicles is going to be. I think that's what's my own opinion. I honestly think this game is going to be interesting to see how much the original is compared to the classic. Remember, guys, we had a couple of versions. So if you guys remember, we had the regular. Square Enix did actually make the very first Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day, and then you had Final Fantasy Tactics: War of the Lions, which I don't think that game released since 2007. During Final Fantasy Tactics A2, The Rise of the Grimoire, and then you have Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced, which I was only released, guys, for the Game Boy Advance back in the day, and to have inspiration. Like I said, guys, before we wrap everything up for today, if I'm going to take an opportunity, and guys, if I'm if some of us are leaning towards Final Fantasy Tactics: Endless Chronicles, I might have that game as an addition. I might get that game by then, or maybe for sure. I could get the game for sure, but I don't know how much room I'll have for not just Final Fantasy, but Borderlands 4 and Delta Snake Eater, the one that I spoke to at the end of last night. I told her that the only focus I can really, get back into gaming and stopping and getting Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. But I don't think there's anything that's more hating between Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy's always been my childhood favorite, since I was a kid. Mega love shout out to brother Leon. How you doing, bud? Oh, you had a bad headache? Ow. Well, I was a little bit lightheaded, the other day, when it was hot this past Tuesday. But honestly, guys, here in the state of Ohio, it was only up to 90 degrees. That's why it was really hot. It was toasty. It was not even cold or cool. But here's the thing, guys. Let me tell you something. I mean, before we wrap everything up, I repeat, guys. Let me end on this. If Final Fantasy Tactics, Evil's Chronicles, if that's releasing on September 30th, I don't see any other game being delayed. I don't see that game being delayed at all. I mean, if they do, Square Enix will have no alternative. The way people make a lot of money, insurance, additions between anything. I mean, whatever they actually want to organize between the classic and the original, War of the Lions, guys, was the last Final Fantasy Tactics game to ever release. I mean, in my honest opinion, War of the Lions did not release since 2007. Because I've been a lot of that. I've always been an RPG fan since I was a kid. I always have and always will be. Case closed. Alright, guys, speaking of other stuff, technically for most of today, on a Thursday, that's going to wrap everything up for today, guys, for your king and your luckiest man. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. Saturday NXT Worlds Collide, and Money in the Bank fans are mad because R-Truth is gone. Well, basically, I don't want to mention a lot of that, but I do know there has been a few wrestlers that got released, if I remember. I mean, the only wrestlers I can think of is R-Truth and Carlito. Carlito's going to be gone from WWE without renewing his contract from the company, so. But we all know Triple H is not going to be. Triple H has no plans for renewing the contracts. So honestly, probably not. But I don't know if R-Truth is going to be going back to TNA with the way his wrestling career started. I don't see him going to AEW if he does anything. Now Carlito, I mean, I want to say both. Honestly, guys, in my opinion, both wrestlers are a little more of a sock. Both of them got released and have something on it. Karrion Kross had a meltdown. Well, Timmy Buddy from Pro Wrestling Unlimited did talk a little bit about the info and what's going on with the contract for Karrion Kross. All I know is Karrion Kross deserves a big push. He deserves a world title run, in my opinion. But we never know what happens in the future. Whatever goes on, whatever goes right, as long as there's no breadcrumbs. Alright, guys, speaking of wrestling, guys, I repeat, that's going to wrap everything up for today. I do want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. So guys, based on the schedule, I go back to Steve 9 to 2 tomorrow. I've got Saturday 9. So here's the thing, guys. I finally go back to Steve tomorrow for work. I've got 9 to 2 mostly. So 9 to 2 tomorrow, 9 to 2 Saturday. Not sure what the new Steve schedule is going to be like right now. But the next stream, in my opinion, guys, next stream will probably be on Sunday for weekend mornings for Ghostwire Tokyo. And then maybe whatever happens on this coming Monday, from Tuesday mornings, guys, I could try to go back to Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age. For an hour and 40 plus especially. I can maybe try to dig down deep and get back to it if I get a chance. I don't see anything else being, crystal clear or being, I'm just going somewhere else otherwise. So guys, if everything else is tight, we'll be good to go. Now remember, guys, for most of today, if you guys want to know what's going on today, there's a Torch One here in the state of Ohio. It's going to be going on around 10:30 to 11:30 this morning. There's also going to be a bratwurst / food cookout around 11 to 1. And I don't know if I want to go to may or may not do something with an art exhibit from 5 to 7 tonight. I mean, my two love is trying to stop me from going. But you know what they say, guys? Your top priority comes first if you want to get engaged and also get married to. I mean, my two love's the only one we can think of. Also, guys, before you guys, and also what I want to do as far as requesting goes. But like I said, guys, Don Pub's Baseball is a big maybe after Google and Avatar, whatever comes out of it. Also for spending for Lancaster, and you know, guys, we'll talk more about it this coming weekend and tell you guys how work's been going. But other than that, guys, to end on a good note, after a Thursday morning for a live stream, after the last several weeks, if you guys want to catch more Robocop Rock City, every Thursday mornings to reassure and regroup and take your time. Make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Thank you for standing by, brother Leon, talking a bit about wrestling. We cannot say for sure or say enough on it. It's a first place winner. But I repeat, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, support button, and comment. Making sure we're sounding good, making sure we're great. Remember, guys, like it, share, comment, and follow. Like and share the stream, and always stay active. Do not get yourselves fallen. Do not get yourselves collapsed. And from what I've heard today, guys, it's supposed to rain this morning during the torch run and the Bratwurst cookout today. So I don't have to spend any cash today. So we don't have to toot our own horn on it or try to whisper to somebody else. Then wish them good luck otherwise. But remember one thing, guys. The most important thing and the most important rule is love, support, and respect is the key. Stay awesome and creative. And yes, guys, knowledge is power. We are at 626 months, guys. Ascend and deliver. We can say we're sounding good. We can say we're great. We can say we're, you know, doing something that's more to hold on. Benefit, take our time. And yes, guys, do something that's more important to us. We are always filled, guys, with popularity, entertainment, and energy. We are the strongest, most biggest, beautiful, exciting, magnificent, talented, 100%, guys. Majestic, most exciting, strongest, phenomenal power, guys, of our community. Our strongest, phenomenal power of our group today. And to end it on a higher note, guys. Anytime we manage to find people, socialize with people, get our numbers up with views, thumbs up, and I need a lot more WAs as I used to. You guys can do that for me. We can help you guys, ourselves, and to a lot of people. That's how much we can take it. All we have to do, guys, is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Like I said, guys, we have a torch run later on this morning. I think for about an hour. 30 after 10, guys, for this morning to 11:30. The other thing is 11 to 1. You know, for the later on this morning as well, to benefit and honor, and always protect our sport. When we can, you know, draw attention. I might see her for my true love later on today, so I don't think she goes to the art studio, but time we get to that point and exercise it. I think she still has the art studio, you know, going forward. She's always still, guys, every Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. I'm not sure if today is one of them or not. We'll see. But like I said, guys, all we have to do is follow Sarah on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you guys want to help me exercise the demons and also vanish them, let's remember, guys, you guys can do whatever is something we can handle. It's not going to be as bad or have something to control or have any self-esteem. But remember, guys, like it, share, comment, and follow. I need my numbers up risen. I can do the same. You guys can help me. I can help you guys when we can. So remember, guys, like it, share, comment, and follow. Like and share the stream, guys. If you have Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, you guys can follow me, connect with me, and I can draw the attention back to you if you want. It's like if you're rolling dice, it'll be your turn. If somebody else got doubles, you know what they say, guys. If you're playing a board game, doubles gets yourselves another turn, as long as you're not in Zale and Monopoly. But no worries at this point in time. You're a first place winner. So remember, guys, like and share the stream, meet and greet, socialize, keep everybody else calm, happy, and a lot of laughs and a lot of smiles. The most important thing, guys, to end today is we watch our videos in full. You can say we have our social media. I want to wish my true love good luck with the others for the torch run for this morning and so far today to get to. and keep everything else in position, and everything to stay active and burn a lot of weight. But the most important thing, guys, to get everything else, people ready and good to go for today for our channels as we watch our videos in fall. Like and share the stream, guys. You can see we have our social media, our active accounts especially, and yes, guys, our podcast services all around the globe, like Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I want to wish my true love good luck for today, guys. I might be tuned for the rest of the other people, but my musketeer is my top priority. Love to heaven, no matter what happens for our future. But other than that, guys, like I said, Don Pumps Baseball tomorrow, we'll see. But the next stream, guys, I repeat, it's King and the Luckiest Man. Remember, guys, I go back to Steve 9 to 2 tomorrow in the morning and Saturday. Well, my next stream will probably be on Sunday for Ghostwire Tokyo on weekend mornings. Now, it depends on the new team schedule, guys. Maybe Monday, on Tuesday mornings for an hour and 40 plus minutes, guys, maybe for FF12 Zodiac Gates. But I'll keep you guys info and posted. Guys, wish the other people good luck, for the torch run. I'll be with the Bratwurst people hopefully later on this morning. But it's supposed to rain today, too. Do not get yourself soaking wet. Or you guys can get yourself a shower. Not have the absolute stress between the other person that's closer to you, or just being who you are. Alright, guys, guys, you guys have a good rest for Thursday. Be good to one another, be kind, and love one another. You guys have a good rest for Thursday morning today, and it's good to be back on Thursday mornings for the time being. Depends if I would have been tired, I would have slept in over the stream, and would have been something else that's more in the process. Alright, guys, that's going to conclude today's stream. You guys have a good rest of your morning. Remember, guys, next stream, as King and the Luckiest Man, we always fill, guys, for popularity, entertainment, and energy, and our biggest, phenomenal, strongest, perfect power of our community. Our 626 mods, and you guys in the channel as followers, following me, and following you guys, with me, guys, as King and the Luckiest Man, and you guys where you go. So other than that, guys, have a great Thursday. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and I will see you guys in the next one.